Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Sean. I'll see you back at my place. Little garage karate. Happy Wednesday, everyone. No. I've heard enough. In a recent interview, former Vice President Kamala Harris said, quote, "There will be a marble bust of me in Congress." And she added how cool it is that they can carve on something as small as a marble. Because she's stupid. This week, RFK Jr. and Sean Duffy had a pull-up contest at the Reagan Airport. Meanwhile, Joe Biden held a sit-up contest, meaning he sat up. Netflix will be premiering a new film about a trans chick working in an Argentinian coal mine. Yeah, it's called The Queen of Coal, which isn't as good as their original title, Shaft. Speaking of, former First Lady Michelle Obama slammed aging leaders for holding on too long. To which Joe Biden responded, "Tell that nurse to shut up. I think she's stealing from me."
Sopranos.
Gavin Newsom claimed his hair literally burst during the Palisades fire. I know you're thinking his hair looks fine, right? Well, he never said it was on his head. Boy, tough crowd today, huh? I'm too cool to laugh at these jokes. Former Jeopardy champ Joey DeSena was arrested on charges of felony secret peeping, using hidden cameras in private spaces. Rookie mistake. My bathroom cameras are always visible. According to the Daily Mail, Ilhan Omar told friends years ago that her second husband was in fact her brother. The wedding guests were tipped off when the couple's first dance was to We Are Family. Thank you. Worse, when they later got divorced, she said, "I think it's best that we see other siblings." And finally, actress Kate Winslet recently revealed that rapper Eminem once asked her to shave his butt. See, Dana, it's not that weird. She won't be watching. All right, monologue. So the New Yorker just ran a piece this week called How to Leave the USA, focusing on an organization called GTFO, which helps terrified liberals flee Trump's America. And one of the places they're helping people move to? The Netherlands. A place whiter than Brett Baer's teeth. A place so white it makes Dana Perino look like Jasmine Crockett. A place so white it makes Sweden look like the birthplace of hip-hop. Yep, they're fleeing Trump, the man who would be king, for the Netherlands, a place that has a king, Willem Alexander. The Netherlands, yes, has been a constitutional monarchy since 1814. It even has a coat of arms. But they left all of that out of the article, along with the crowns, the scepters, and of course, the incest. Wow. So the big question is, what are these Americans escaping? Because nothing's actually impacting them except their own mental state. The only border crisis they personally experience is the one between reality and Rachel Maddow. These people aren't political refugees. They're running from their own minds. They need a restraining order from themselves. And they're pulling what addicts call a geographic. It's when you think that by moving to a new town, your obsession won't follow. But give a meth head 48 hours in any city, he's going to find a connect. It's like Joy Behar sniffing out truffles. Now they're coming to life.
Really rude to pick.
And with Trump derangement addiction, you can find a headline, an essay, a tweet. Hell, with modern technology, you can still get a steady drip of Joy Reid no matter where you move. So let's take it from the immortal words of Peter Weller.
Remember, no matter where you go, there you are.
true. Buckaroo Banzai. Buckaroo Banzai. But it's true, you're still you wherever you are, with the same obsessions, fears, and anxieties. Look at Rosie. 3 words guaranteed to cause erectile dysfunction. She crossed the Atlantic with Captain Ahab in hot pursuit, and she's more miserable than ever. And that's saying something. The last time this broad smiled was when she was in 5th grade when a nun forgot to wear underwear. But Trump lives in her head. So where she goes, so does Trump. He's like a cat in a pet carrier, and that pet carrier is her brain. In this article, one woman claims that the more she read about Trump, the more she foresaw martial law. Another wants to leave Texas because her country music band was, quote, all MAGA now. Honey, that's called living in Texas. That's like going to the BET Awards and wondering why you're the only one in khakis. Now, these Chicken Littles could all just take a break from CNN or MSNBC, but that's too easy. And they're addicts, and they're very dramatic about it, so they must move and then tell everyone why they're moving. It's all drama-driven hysteria. Because if you're leaving America for no physical reason, there's no violence, no disaster, no danger, then the cause is purely psychological, meaning you're going to bring it with you. Your body gets on the plane, but your brain stays right here soaking in obsession. These people aren't escaping Trump. They're escaping the fantasy of Trump, the version of Trump they built out of headlines, hashtags, and memes. They can pack their bags, but they can't unpack this heavy emotional baggage. The problem isn't America, it's them. But here's what really kills me. There are plenty of places for these people to move in America that are super duper blue, and they're called cities. Deep blue dots on the American map. But that's somehow out of the question. Why? Is it because of the crime, the cost of living, the corruption? Probably. Yet none of that is Trump's fault. It's all due to the beliefs these libs have always supported, beliefs that they plan on taking to the Netherlands. To which I say, God save the king. Welcome. Tonight's guest. Her fans went from REM to DNR. Host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy. He was the guy in high school who always had a car because he was 30. Comedian Adam Hunter. In college, she was on the crew team as an oar. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor, Kat Tim. And women wish he snuck into their house with his giant sack. Former NWA World Champion, host of Planetary Time, guest
I don't know.
It's the heat's off you now.
Kennedy.
Gregory.
What do you think they're actually running from? Like, if you're going, if you are so bothered by all of these thoughts and feelings and you think you're going to go to another country, what is it that you're running from if you're not being impacted by any of these policies?
So it seems like such a pain in the ass to move to another country. Like, it's hard enough to move to another state. You know, you have to sell the furniture, you can't fit in the U-Haul, and you have to, find someone to help you find a house, you have to get a job. But imagine doing that, like, overseas, where you've got visas and paperwork, and I know this company does that for you, but once they get there, they're just going to have to come back because he's only going to be president for less than 3 years.
Yes.
Like, that's it.
And they talk about Trump over there, too.
Yes.
And they're running...
that was Rosie O'Donnell's therapist, which that has to be worse than an ER doctor at 4 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yes.
When you've got a group of male cheerleaders who come in and they all have pickle jars up their butts. Accidentally. Like, it is
the Great Pickle Jar accident of 1807.
That has to be the roughest job, trying to psychiatrically counsel Rosie O'Donnell. And the woman's just like, Rosie, just stop talking, stop calling me, stop looking at news about Trump. And Rosie's like, I made it 2 hours. I could only stop for 2 hours. And it's like her...
Yeah. It's them.
Psychiatrist is taking a handful.
All you got to do is turn it off, Adam. Sometimes I wish I could do that to you.
Thank you.
But not tonight.
Yeah, no, it took me 2 weeks to get the pickle jar out.
Tough job, Adam.
So
Yes. But it was fun trying.
it was.
Do you think it's extreme to leave?
Yeah, well, first of all, don't just go. You don't have to announce it. Rosie O'Donnell leaving is amazing because number one, you're gone. Two, there's less us getting possibility of mad cow disease, you know, and yeah, I just think I think it's good.
Are you going to eat Rosie O'Donnell?
No,
Well,
he doesn't eat Rosie's, he eats pickles.
Yes, yes. But yeah, no, I'm happy. I don't understand why you have to announce that you're leaving.
Well, I think it's within this group of journalists and people who on blue sky Twitter, right, Kat? And so that's when they hear these stories and they get them all together, and suddenly there's a company that will help you leave, and that company then is incentivized to paint a dire picture of America.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part of this article is they described the woman as having dark bangs.
Yes.
Yeah. We knew that. Like, you did not. Obviously, she has dark bangs. Like, you picture it. It's like we already knew. Look, and it's just Texas is wasted on these people. Like, how much would you love to be able to move to Texas?
I would move to Texas tomorrow.
I know. I would love to move to Texas. I would love to move to Florida. I would love to move to Tennessee. One of these places where the state is not stealing my income. I would love to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. But I can't imagine, like, there's so many things you must, I think, are not an option before you do this. Like, go volunteer somewhere, go do something. I mean, again, like you said, it's gonna be over in a couple of years.
One of the women said she makes 6 figures, but still has to give plasma to make her to pay her bills. But that can't. In America, you don't need to sell plasma if you're making 6 figures. So there's something off about this whole thing. Tyrus.
I don't know, bang upkeep.
Can I ask a question real quick? Because many of you know that I'm dyslexic.
Yes.
So I started giggling at the initials, and I just want to make sure I'm right. Could you put the initials up one more time for that place? Was it what I thought it was? It was like G.
It was STFU. I don't know.
GTFU.
GTFO. So it was get the out.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I love this company now. Yeah. Here's the deal. This is just attention seeking by people who can afford to do this. Because it's Munchausen. Mm-hmm. It's like, I had to leave the country. And guess what? The media followed. Mm-hmm. So here you are, you left the country to get away from the king, the evil orange dragon.
Go to the Netherlands.
To go sit in a place where everyone rides bikes, and we know Rosie ain't rocking on no bike.
Yeah.
To say, I'm still troubled. You're in a whole new country. Mm-hmm. Go explore.
Yeah.
Go chase pickle jars or whatever your thing is. But to sit 2 feet, not even 6 inches from the TV screen saying, me and my therapist, you need more therapist time.
Yeah.
Like, book it for 2 hours or Zoom him. This is the media's fault. You left, goodbye. You don't sell anymore. You don't make money on, so the media is like, oh, we get ratings because Rosie's on. And here's the best part, if we do it good enough, Gutfeld will pick it up. So I think that's more of what it is, because if media didn't pick it up, no one was thinking about Rosie. No one's been thinking about Rosie since she was pretending to be straight as a mom on a sitcom. Like, no one's thinking about her until she does, and her stuff is always terrible, and it's hurting her physically.
Yeah.
She used to have lips.
Yes.
Like, she's slowly morphing into this.
Yeah.
She looks like she needs a glass of water so bad.
I'm telling you,
Like,
man.
just like chapstick ain't gonna get done. Look at that.
I'm telling you, this is a
Like,
this is a true addiction. It does affect you.
Yeah. And kudos to her makeup team, those brave sons of bitches. They had to put, I mean, I'm sure she's had the same lipstick for like 8 years, but like, they have to try to cover that. You can't. Look at that.
But
Dear
you know,
God.
She looks
Again,
like Fire Marshal Bill.
The only thing missing from that mouth is a hook.
the only but I got to go back to this. Why aren't they even entertaining going to a city? They could just go to a blue city. There are liberal bastions. They are sanctuaries. They won't go.
Well, the last time she was in New York, she took over the Empire State Building.
I don't know what you just said, but he's still crying from what I said. I'm going to take a moment to do this.
All right.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.